Welcome everybody to Social Food Network. My name is Simon Miller. I'm a professional chef. I have been for about 15 years. Luckily enough to work in some amazing restaurants up and down the country, from Michelin star to owning my own successful chain of restaurants. So I'm going to share my professional tips with you guys and talk through starting off with the basics, how to do all the basics in the kitchen, and then we're going to move into how to produce sort of restaurant food at home and really wow any sort of dinner parties that you're going to have. So what we're going to do today, I'm going to go through the real basics. We're talking knives today. So we've got plenty of knives down the front here. I'm going to talk to you how roughly to look for knives, how to buy them, what you're looking for. So we just run through quickly. Chefs have many knives. Sometimes we have too many knives. There are specific knives for specific jobs, and I definitely recommend that helps you to do the job right. So if you look down the front here, you're going to start with this big one. This big one here is a serrated knife. So you notice it's got the serrated edge here. That's a bread knife. So everyone should have one of these. These are great for slicing bread, a few vegetables. Highly recommend, especially when you get bread that's got a good crust on it. This is perfect. Then I've got chef knife. So the chef knife is basically everybody's bread and butter knife. Every chef has their own favourite bread knife. This is about an 8-inch one. You can get smaller ones or bigger ones, but this is about an 8-inch one. It's nice and firm, nice and solid. It's mainly for chopping and preparing vegetables. Moving on to the filleting knife. So this is for fish. It's quite long and it's very flexible. So this will help you when you're boning out fish and also skinning fish. So that's one to look out for. And then moving on to the other one. So this is my longest lasting knife. This is a boning knife. You can probably tell it's been used and abused, but it is as sharp as it was from day one. This looks similar to the filleting, but it's not as flexible. So basically this is for boning out big joints of meat and bashing against bones. So that's the boning knife. And then at the end here, I'm just going to show you this. So basically, obviously the question is, how much do you spend on a knife? Now this one here, this is a chef's knife. So it's like the other one I showed you before. It's about a 6-inch knife. This one here is from TK Maxx. It cost me £20. It probably should have been more. It's £20 and it's great. So the most important thing when choosing a knife is just to be comfortable with it. So if you can hold it, just pick it up and just basically get used to holding it in your hand. Some knives are really uncomfortable, metal handles, and they're not comfortable. So the main thing is being comfortable with your knife. So just move it around. You can check the balance of it. So sometimes the handle's really heavy, and it can, as a beginner, just be a little bit off-putting when you're cutting. So if you look at this one here, I'm going to try and balance it on my finger here, and it's roughly going to balance in the middle. So that tells me that the handle and the blade weighs roughly the same. So it's quite a good knife for a beginner. It's really light, really durable. This one here, for example, the one I was showing you before, so I've got a much heavier handle. So if I try to balance, it's just falling. Doesn't make it a bad knife. In fact, on the contrary, it just makes it a little bit heavier, so a bit more of a confidence with it and a bit more firmer hand with that one. So now we've discussed knives. You can get knives for about 20 to 30 pounds. You don't need to break the bank. Like I said, this one was about 20 quid from TK Maxx, going up to about 200 pounds for some of the other ones, but we don't need that to cook at home. The main thing is being confident with the knife that you've got. So the next quite important thing is keeping it sharp. So anyone can go and buy a knife and spend £200 on a knife, but can you keep it sharp? So forget all these gimmicks, these little ceramic things that you buy and with the wheels on, forget all that. Buy yourself a diamond steel. So diamond steels are these ones here. They basically got a flat edge. So you can get round steels, but personally I prefer the diamond one. Again, these are around 20 to 30 pounds. You can get these on Amazon, anywhere else. So diamond steel. When you're sharpening a knife, nice confident grip. So you can see your thumb. All knives have a guard, all steels have a guard. So you hold it here, nice and firm, and your thumb tucked up inside. So obviously we tuck our thumb up just so we don't, basically slip into our finger with our knife. Next thing you need to do is you get your knife in your other hand. So the same sort of grip with a knife, nice and firm, okay? So your thumb goes over the top, you wrap around, and you've got a firm grip. So once you've done that, you lift it up, and basically, this is all about confidence. So start really, really slowly, and all you do is you start at the bottom, little angle on the knife, around 45 degrees, and you slice up, okay? So nice, use the whole steel and go through the whole blade. Do one side 2 or 3 times just to get the angle, and then you swap and you go inside. So basically all you're doing is just one side and then the other side. One side and then the other side. So basically, once you get more confidence in this, you can speed up. Okay, so once you do it, you'll slowly start speeding up. But make sure you're using the whole blade and the whole steel. Okay, very important that when you're sharpening your knives, it's very important to sharpen them probably every time you use them. So if you give them 2 or 3 goes on each side just before you use them, they'll always stay sharp. If you don't sharpen them for a month, then when it comes to actually trying to get them sharp again, they're going to be pretty blunt. So and it's going to take much longer to bring them back. So we've got a sharp knife. We bought our knife. We sharpened it. Happy days. So just a few knife skill basics. So we've just got a few vegetables down the front here. I'm going to show you how to chop them. There's slightly different techniques in each one. I've tried to pick a few different ones here, and then I'm going to show you some slightly different. So onion, best way to do is onion. Obviously you peeled it, you've taken the top and the bottom off. Is you've got your knife. So there's a couple of ways of chopping. Some people just use one finger. So basically you use your knuckle and your knuckle's the guide. So you've got your nice sharp knife and you see, just go straight through. The other way is 3 fingers. So I do kind of switch between the two. So the 3 finger rule is 1 finger in front and 2 behind. The thumb is tucked in behind again. If your thumb goes astray, then you might end up cutting it. So 3rd finger in front, and then you just use that as a guide. So basically you just slice them through. Let the knife do the work. So if the knife's sharp, it will just slice through. Use the whole blade. Once you start pushing through, then obviously that's when accidents happen. So just use the blade, nice and sharp. So you've done that. We're going to go across now, so probably 2 times across. Mind your fingers. Again, let the knife do the work, nice and slow. Use the full width of the blade. And then all we're going to do is we're just going to go down the top. Again, using those 3 fingers. So the 3rd one in front is your guide. The thumb's tucked behind and the other fingers are next to it. That just holds everything together. So basically you've got a lovely diced onion there. Didn't take too long. Again, it's about having the right knife. If you've got a sharp knife, you're going to find jobs 10 times easier. If you're working with a blunt knife, a spoon we call it in the trade, it's going to take ages. So we've got a diced onion. Now we're going to do what's called a julienne. You can do this with vegetables, you can do this with herbs. I'm going to do it with a leek today, so I'm just going to cut that leek in half. It's really easy with leeks because they've got layers, so you just basically unravel the leek. And then all you're going to do, this is where the 3 fingers come in a bit better. You're just going to use the knife, going up and down your fingers, and you're going to end up with a beautiful julienne. Okay, so you've got your strips there. We're going to do that one more time. I'm going to do it, slow it up a little bit for you. Now, if you're not confident and you're picking up a knife for the first time, that's absolutely fine. Just take it nice and slow, okay? So you can go up and down. If you come up too high and you go above the knuckle, then that's obviously when you're going to probably eventually cut yourself. So you want to keep it below the knuckle, nice and easy. There we go. So there's our julienne of leeks. That's another knife skill. So we've got a lovely diced onion and we've got a julienne of leek. The last thing I'm going to do is what the French call a brunoise, which is a very small dice. So this is basically very similar to the julienne. You're going to cut it in strips and then you're going to cut it into little squares. So we're going to peel our shallot, open it up again. Like the leek, it's got layers, so just going to slice that there. We need to do exactly the same. So our 3rd finger in front, and we're just using the knuckle to guide the knife, nice and slow. So we end up again, same as the leeks, some nice strips. And then to turn it into a beautiful brunoise. This is great for sauces, so if you're making, obviously later on through the courses, we're going to go into doing stuff like veloutés and stuff like that. This is great, brunoise in your veg up. So you've done your julienne, and then you pull them all together, and then you just go through them again. And you should just end up with a much finer, much smaller dice than you did with the onions. So that's, look at that. It's very easy. So all these sort of classic French terms are all quite simple. So basically there's your brunoise of shallots, so just very finely diced. And that's it, that's your basic knife skills. If you implement this and you use this way of chopping and slicing, then obviously we'll keep all our fingers and you'll find your life so much easier. So First episode done, Social Food Network. You've already learned how to buy a knife, how to choose a knife, how to sharpen a knife, and also how to chop a few basic vegetables. So join us for the next episode. We're going to go through some more basics with you. And yeah, thank you for taking your time to view us. If you like what you see, leave a comment below. Please subscribe to see our latest videos, and we'll be back to you very soon. Thank you very much. Goodbye.